As a boy, my greatest fear was that I'd live to see the end of the world, a fear I'd absorbed by spending time with my grandma. Mama kept her TV on all day, but she only watched a Christian station called the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Every week, I'd sit cross-legged on her bedroom floor and watch TBN's roster of charismatic televangelists parade across their gaudy stage, explaining the ins and outs of the coming end of days. They used charts and diagrams. They spoke of stars falling to earth, the moon turning to blood, and dragons and monsters emerging from the sea. Weird, I know. They warned that a charismatic, anti-Christian world leader was coming to establish and preside over a one-world government, followed by 7 years of something called the Great Tribulation. The tribulation years were predicted to be the last years of human history, but the most frightening thing of their end times prophecies concerned something they called the rapture. The rapture was an end-of-days event in which millions of people would suddenly vanish, yes, exactly like the plot of HBO's The Leftovers, in which 2% of the world population disappears without explanation. But unlike the disappearances in The Leftovers, the televangelists could tell you exactly why the rapture would happen. They said it would happen because Jesus was taking all the born-again Christians to heaven to save them from the coming tribulation. Christians who were left behind would be beheaded by the Antichrist henchmen. The rapture was the most terrifying thing in my 9-year-old life. Scarier than when my big sister Myra made me watch as she danced along with zombie Michael Jackson to the Thriller music video. Scarier than the hissing, flying cockroaches that broke into our home on Georgia's sticky summer nights. Scarier than the dark itself. My legs were still short enough to dangle over the plush red pews at Mama's church as I sat next to her to watch a grim play in which government agents stormed into churches to kill Christians who'd missed the bus to heaven. The thought that I could be one of those left-behind Christians haunted me every night. I was a credulous child. I believed the televangelists were right because somebody let them talk on television, and my grandma endorsed them by nodding along while they spoke, grunting in agreement. So I woke up every morning with a very real feeling that this could be the day people vanish. Routine disappearances turned into red alert rapture checks. If my older brother took out the trash without telling me, I'd dart around the house to make sure he hadn't been reduced to a pile of clothes. The raptured always leave their clothes behind in the movies. I guess heaven is full of naked people. Other times I would go check Mama's room to see if she was there, because if Mama was still in her room, I reasoned, Jesus couldn't have taken anyone yet. I had nightmares about being left behind, about hiding out in stuffy, tattered, abandoned sanctuaries as the sound of soldiers' boots crescendoed past. One night, I sprang from my bed after one of those dreams and sprinted to Mama's room in terror, my feet pat-papping against the hardwood floors. "What do you?" she asked with her eyebrows raised. She always spoke in patois, as though she migrated from Jamaica earlier that same day. "I'm scared I'm going to be left behind, Mama," I squeaked while I gripped the sheets at the edge of her bed. "I don't want to miss the rapture." Mama paused, her brow wrinkled. She looked at me with a fire in her eyes that had burned the fear of death ages ago. "Just ask Jesus to take you before the time comes," she said. So that's exactly what I did. Every night, I'd lie on my back in the dark, my Mickey Mouse covers pulled over my head, asking Jesus to please just do me a solid and protect me from the apocalypse, repeating my prayer until my heartbeat calmed and I fell asleep. Little did I know, despite Mama's reassurances and my prayers to the contrary, I was destined to live through an apocalypse of sorts. But it would be very different from the one televangelists predicted, more earthy and political, more concerned with the present than the future, more about new beginnings than endings. It would be more about transforming the world than escaping into the heavens.